So this is the number one way for shooting lower scores. It requires no practice. You can do it instantly and nobody does it. All you have to do is start nearer the hole. Okay, so maybe not something you can do in a competition, but definitely something you can start doing as part of your training. Now, this is really important for players in particular that are struggling or haven't yet broken a certain target. If you're breaking par, breaking 100, anything in between. So let's say you're a good single-figure golfer playing off 5, 6, 7, 8, that sort of thing. Never broken par before, but you might have been in that position because you're a good player. And I've seen this so many times where players are 1 or 2 under par, maybe level par, 2 holes to go, not been there before, bottle it, finish 6 over because they're not used to shooting lower scores. They're either trying to maybe protect their score or just nudge it round. They do something different to try and make sure they break par. If you're a good golfer, 1 under par with 2 to play, don't you finish your 1 under par? You should be trying to get 3 under par. Yeah, and certainly not 6 over. Likewise, if you're someone that's new to the game, not broken 100 before, you're on 94 with the last hole to go. You know you're on 94 because it's a personal best potentially for you coming up. Your mates are telling you, they're helping you out. You've got to make a bogey down the last to get your PB of 99 and you shoot a 10. Seen it so many times. This is also really important for juniors as well. Now, if you're playing in a junior specific event with junior tees that are proper junior tees, not just off the reds, if they're specific lengths like US kids, that type of thing, that's fine. You'll be playing nearer. You should be shooting low numbers. But unfortunately, for club events where you might be, let's say, a 9-year-old playing off 14, which is very good golf, but you only ever shoot maybe 10 over at best because you're playing from, the whites, which is a long way to go. Now, we don't want great golfers or great junior players shooting 10 over. Who wants that? We want to see scores like they do on tour. We want juniors that are very good shooting 2 under, 5 under, whatever it might be. And I'm sure the juniors want that as well. In fact, I know they do. So get used to shooting lower numbers because when you get in that position in a competition and you've done it before, even in training, even for 9 holes, that type of thing, you've been under par, you've broken 100, broken 50 for the front 9. Or as a junior, you've shot low numbers. You won't bottle it when you get in that position again because you're used to doing it and you've done it, even if it's in training, or do it with mates to put a bit more pressure on, make it a bit more realistic. And you'd be surprised how tough it is, even just to break par as a scratch golfer, or as a single figure golfer. If you started 50 yards out on every hole and called them all par 3s, you'd average 3 shots from there as an 8 handicapper. So even from 50 yards out on 18 holes, all par 3s, you still, on average, wouldn't break par. And let's take a higher handicapper. Let's take an 18 handicapper. Let's start from 100 yards out. Again, let's call them all par 3s, 18 holes, 100 yards out. What are you going to shoot? Or what do you expect to shoot? Now, I know most 18 handicappers will think, I'll shoot level par from there. You might not be thinking that, but I know some will. And that's so far off the mark because you're going to average from 100 yards, 3.5 shots. That's 9 over par. On average, you might be great from 100 yards. Who knows? But on average, 18 handicappers from that distance are shooting 9 over. So you might realize other parts of your game need some work on. You might not ever be in a position where you're 100 yards out every single time. It's unlikely. So you'll work out what areas of your game you need to work on. So, for example, if you are 100 yards out and you do, as an 18 handicapper, shoot level par, that's 9 shots better than you should do. It means you've got to work on your long game. So you will see certain areas highlighted by starting nearer the hole. Again, it's also great for juniors for their decision making. So rather than just playing from the white tees and going driver 3 with 7 iron and wedge for 18 holes, you'll be picking different shots, aiming for different targets. Really good for development. And then for everybody at any level, any age, once you've broken that target, you're 70, you're 80, you're 100, whatever it is, you'll be used to do it on the golf course and you won't bottle it going down the stretch.